Hello, dear subscribers. Often, we face difficulties in understanding those around us. Unfortunately, kindness is often interpreted as weakness. However, does this view also extend to our relationship with animals? Our incredible story today dates back to about 16 years ago when Robert Pett found himself facing a wild and dangerous animal and had difficulty understanding its unusual behavior. In the situation, Robert was prepared to be torn apart, but to his surprise, the animal had completely different intentions. In today's video, you will discover what those intentions were. Forest Ranger Robert Pett lived in a forest town in Canada with his adult daughter, son-in-law, and small grandson. One day, the veteran decided to go into the forest to pick blueberries to gift his grandson with fresh fruits. Knowing the area well, Robert ventured deep into the forest to find the largest clusters of blueberries. After finding an area abundant in fruits, he placed his basket next to him and began to excitedly pick the fruits. However, without realizing it, the elderly man ventured even deeper into the forest than usual. As he filled his almost full basket, Robert heard a furious growl and realized he was facing a bear. Being an experienced forest ranger, he knew he had possibly trespassed into the animal's territory and that the bear wouldn't hesitate to defend its property. But Robert didn't enter the wild forest unprotected, he was armed. Quickly, he fired into the air, and the bear retreated. However, to his surprise, the animal didn't immediately move away. After looking around, Robert discovered the reason: a bear cub was lying on the ground, trapped in a trap and unable to escape. The brown bear, not knowing how to help its cub, was simply trying to protect it. While keeping his eyes fixed on the large bear, the experienced trap guard took a knife from his bag and took a few minutes to open the trap. In order not to tempt fate, the man ran out of the area while the baby bear approached the adult bear. As he ran, the guard felt he was being followed and fired a shot into the air until he finally managed to escape the forest. Looking around, he noticed that the adult bear was standing behind the trees, giving him a peculiar look. The guard misinterpreted the animal's expression and thought that the predator had failed to catch up with him, instead of realizing that the bear's gaze could indicate gratitude, as if it were a grateful mother who didn't know how to reward him for saving her child. About a year later, Robert eagerly awaited the arrival of his daughter and son-in-law at home. They had gone to the city to acquire a crib for the new baby that was coming to the family. However, the young couple was late, and this deeply worried the elderly man. Suddenly, a neighbor burst into the house, shouting that something terrible had happened. He reported that a bear with a bloody mouth was roaming the village, carrying something in its teeth. The neighbor ran, followed by the forest ranger, causing a crowd of men in the street. In an attempt to scare off the bear, they fired into the air, but the beast didn't seem intimidated. However, when it spotted the forest ranger, the bear lowered its head and placed a red package on the ground before disappearing behind the trees. The bear was the same one spotted a year earlier, and the forest ranger approached the red package to discover a newborn wrapped in a baby dress. Shocked by what he found, the forest ranger decided to follow the bear, who pointed the way for him. The bear took the old man to a nearby abandoned wooden bridge that had been unused for a long time. When they arrived there, the old man noticed that someone had recently tried to cross it, but the rotten boards couldn't withstand the weight and gave way. The ranger saw his daughter and son-in-law fallen on the rocks below. While the young woman was still breathing, her husband showed no signs of life. Robert acted quickly and called for rescue, and thanks to the help of experienced doctors, his daughter survived. When she finally managed to speak, the young woman explained everything. She invited her husband to go to a special place from her childhood, and they risked crossing the abandoned bridge. Unfortunately, the bridge collapsed with them. With the stress the woman suffered, she went into labor. In the midst of shock, she remembered seeing a bear approaching and then lost consciousness. After hearing the story, the old man reflected that the bear had chosen the right time to repay the favor from a year ago in an unprecedented way. Without the bear, the old man could have lost two of the most important people in his life. The ranger finally understood why the bear had followed him a year ago but never attacked him. The bear simply wanted to demonstrate his gratitude to the man for saving his cub, but until then, the man had not been able to realize it. So, friends, I hope this story has touched you. If you liked it, please show your love by liking and sharing the video with friends and family. Also, comment below. I usually respond to all comments and see everyone's opinions. Also, tell us which country you're watching us from and which part of the story touched you. See you in the next video, and a big hug.